Hello everyone, welcome to the latest edition of Yorkie 3-Stripe. Thanks for joining me again. Anybody will know me, or anybody who knows me, will know I have a big passion for trainers. What a surprise. And I guess I do get a little bit excited about trainers because that is one of my passions and something that I really love to collect. I'm sure most people who are watching this channel right now can relate to that because aside from obviously some clothing, that is something trainers that, well, it is the one thing that I do focus on the most, certainly last year. And it's been a real adventure and journey, buying back things that I used to have, but also buying new things that I never had and always wanted. And this channel's obviously focusing on that. So, no further ado, this is an exciting release for me because this is a trainer that I used to wear a lot, certainly in my 20s, so that's going back quite a while, certainly my 20s, and I've worn them in my 30s, but these trainers weren't released until recently again. Size released a pack of this trainer last year. I think it might have been to commemorate 50 years because this trainer was first released in 1973, made in France, an original colourway of green and white, very much like the Stan Smith. It was made in France, but it quickly became popular throughout Europe. It was a leather release originally, and it was made specifically for cross-country running. So it was very durable, kangaroo leather, I believe, when it was first released. But it was developed for stability, for cross-country running, as I say, mountains, rough terrain, parks. So it wasn't necessarily a fashion shoe to begin with. But over the years, it's been minimised minimally. It's had changes to it, ever so slight. But it's slowly become a fashion shoe, and certainly come the 80s and definitely the 90s, it was exactly that. Now, it is the Adidas Country. So the OG is the green and white. Eddie Murphy, I believe, wore a pair in Beverly Hills Cop. Was it Beverly Hills Cop 1, 2? I don't know. How many Beverly Hills Cops did they make? I can't remember. But he did wear them with his pair of jeans. And he certainly liked his green and white Country OGs, but over time they've come released in different colours, and in Japan they were released in a brown suede. They were also released, I think, in a brown leather. Now, they weren't released anywhere outside of Japan, I believe, never seen in Europe, so they were very rare. So what happened? Size last year released a pair of Country in brown suede. I got a pair. I'll be honest, I was disappointed in the quality. I moved them on. The nylon laces, the finish of them, the suede I wasn't really liking. The tongue I didn't like. Just the eye for detail wasn't there. Now, anybody who buys Adidas trainers from Japan will know their quality control is second to none. Nothing gets past them if it's not right. Every minute detail is there. And when I found out, or when the word got around, just like the tobaccos that were released earlier this year, that they were going to do a new updated version of the Country, it was exciting. And they've been released in 6 colourways: brown, the blue, the light blue, and I'm going to review both of those today. I believe they came out in black. The white and green OG, which I'm tempted to get actually. There was a pink, a fusion pink, and a pre-loved ink, which was like a dark blue. So, but I'm going to review 2 today. And the first one that I received was these, the Country Japan in, well, it's called desert brown desert. I've seen cardboard mentioned, beige. So I got these came out, let me get this right, time's flying by. Was this September? Maybe September, October these came out. Initially in Japan, and then they were released all over Europe. End were selling them, etc. And I think I got my pair from End. So again, you've got the retro box, which Adidas are bringing out at the moment with the holes. I love that texture as well. It's like a matte finish. It's not that shiny. Love the box. So let's see the goods. So that was the Japanese Country in brown cardboard. I mean, these are a class above the size release that came out the year before. I wish I'd kept a pair now to show you the comparison, but I sold them all. I was so disappointed. So what was the difference? Well, first of all, the suede is just stunning. You cannot imagine how nice that suede is until you're touching it. It's got that brush suede, and it just, can you see that? Look at that. Just look at that. It's just like the Japanese tobacco that came out, that night navy that came out. Was that 2 months ago as well? So the suede. Secondly, the laces. We have gone back to cotton laces, not those nylon. It's my biggest bugbear with all trainers now. Not all trainers, because obviously these are cotton, but a lot of trainers now coming out with that awful synthetic, it's just horrible laces. If you can get cotton laces, get them on every trainer. These have come cotton. Of course they've come cotton. They wouldn't have got past quality control in Japan if they were synthetic and nylon-y. So that was a big one. The tongue. Now, you'd think the tongue, yeah, pretty standard, but the tongue on the size release was that, it was just horrible. It was the sponge, which, it's not horrible, it's okay. But you see the difference on these. You've got the sponge there, the layer of sponge, the suede in front of it, which you didn't have on the size. And then behind it, you've got the nylon, like a nylon fabric. So you've got 3 layers there. You've got the suede, the sponge, the nylon fabric. You've got, of course, the Adidas trefoil, the vintage trefoil in the brown. Absolutely beautiful. Gives it that vintage look. On the back of the heel, you've got the trefoil there. That was just plain. There was nothing on that one with the size release. Sorry, size, I'm giving you it tonight, but and it's just, that was pretty much everything. Oh, tell a lie, I don't think it had the gold lettering on either. So the Adidas gold lettering, which you see on so many, certainly on the old vintage pairs, wasn't on the 23 release, I believe. So that was certainly the first things you notice. I mean, it's a 2-layer sole, the Country. It always was a 2-layer sole. So in there's 2 types of sponge material on that midsole. Different hardness, if you actually feel it. That's harder than that. It's hard to tell on there because it's the same colour. They've not got 2-tone. When I show you the blue ones coming up, you'll see the difference. So that is 2 different hardness on the midsole. And what that does, it provides a more stable comfort on rough terrain. Because you've got to remember, these were originally cross-country trainers. The outsole, the very retro style gum sole. It's got that wavy herringbone pattern, synonymous with the Country. All had this. And if you look carefully, it goes thicker towards the toe. Again, all countries had this. The pairs that I had back in the 90s and the early 2000s had this. And you've got it there and you've got it there. And what does that do? Well, the thicker the toe, the thicker at the toe provides more grip and durability. And that has always stuck with countries. So that's something I don't know if people ever noticed before on the countries, because we've all probably had a pair. If you're passionate about Adidas trainers, and you have been for decades, at some point you've had a pair of countries. So that obviously is another trademark. And the heel, that's the rolled up sole, the gum sole, which goes up the heel. And that is probably the silhouette itself, obviously, but that rolled up gum sole is synonymous with all Country shoes releases. And that goes right back to the start. So they are outstanding. They really are. And when I got these in hand, I thought, oh my God, even though I'd sold the size ones a few months before, it was just like, well, it's to say night and day. It really was. So once that came out, there was news that there was going to be more colourways. As I say, the OG came out, the green and the white, which are obviously very popular. There's the black and white, obviously the kick, the old stick kick Samba colourway. Again, very popular. But the one that caught my eye when I saw these on the socials, I've always liked blue. I've always liked different shades of blue, and I've always liked light blue. And these were the big headline maker for me. And it is called Pre-Loved Blue. Now these are going to get very loved by a lot of people, not just myself. These are hitting everyone's socials who collect the three stripes. These were starting to appear in Japan, 6 weeks, 8 weeks ago now, and I sort of hung on and I couldn't wait any longer, because I thought at some point or other these are going to get released in the UK. And it's funny because Friday I saw a pair on a website, Alsfat Gold, a German site, £116 delivered from Germany, keeps it under the £135 threshold for customs. I'm showing you them there. I don't want to show them yet. I'm building it up, and I thought, right, I'm going to get them. And that was Friday. Today's Thursday. They've just arrived. Now, it was just typical on the Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. Clearly, I'd not done my research. Nobody had told me. And released this colourway in all sizes at 9 o'clock Saturday morning. I thought, I don't believe it. And I could have got them for £100 delivered. So there's me thinking all Friday night, I've got this great deal. And I've jumped the gun. And literally, I jumped the gun. And doesn't matter. I'd have got them a couple of days earlier for £16 less. But it doesn't matter because they've come today. And I can now do the video of both. So I've been hanging on to show these brown ones until I got these. The Pre-Loved Blue Country Japanese. And aren't they just beautiful? That is a colourway which, you know, the Japanese do these colourways as well. They turn trainers for a purpose, for athletics, cross-country, tennis. They turn them into a fashion shoe, and that's what they've always done over the years. They did it with the Tahiti, the tobacco, and they bring out colours which they obviously love, but they don't think that the rest of Europe will. But we do, and that for me, it just doesn't get any better. I'm so impressed with these. As I say, all those reasons that I just gave with the cardboard, the brown, the suede, the laces, that cotton lace, the trefoil on the back, the gold lettering. There you've got the two-tone midsole, which gives it that durability. It's a fashion shoe, of course it is. These are fashion shoes now. But you could go for a run in these if you desire. You don't need to nowadays because we've got runners for that. We've got shoes specifically for running. But these were exactly that, a cross-country running shoe. So what you're getting a fashion shoe, you're getting that leisure shoe, but you're getting it, and as you get older, I'm in that category where flats, I love flats, and I've got a few pairs, but I don't wear them often, and I don't wear them for long. These you could have on your feet for 12 hours, and you would not know the difference. So, fantastic. I feel as though I just want to show them more and more. There's your trefoil on the back, that beautiful suede. Absolutely stunning. The tongue, so they've gone with the more traditional blue there, and it's the same, exactly the same. You've got that nylon fabric there, you've got the sponge sandwiched in between, and the suede, that beautiful suede at the front. The footbed, the traditional trefoil blue and white there, there's that sticker. Now, these are made in Vietnam. For all we're talking about the Japanese market, these are made for the Japanese market, and they will not get past quality control if they were not to a required standard. And that is the best standard. And it puts the rest of Europe to shame, to be honest with you, because these are just incredible. And yeah, I'm so impressed, actually. I might even double up on these because these will be getting worn a lot in any weather because they're durable as well. They'll certainly be getting sprayed. Size-wise, I find these true to size. I've always done that with the Countries, but there's a lot of people who go half up. They are snug, but I like a snug trainer. I like to feel it's, you know, my feet aren't moving around. It's not tight, you're not getting pinched. I would go half up then, but they are a proper snug fit. Some people don't like that. They like a little bit more movement, which is fine. And if you do like that, go half up. But for me, true to size is the Country. Fantastic. As I say, it's just night and day, the quality. And I just can't get enough of these. And I can't stress how impressed you'd be if you get a pair of these in any colourway. I'm tempted to try the OGs actually in the leather, just to see what that leather's like. I bet it's like butter. Absolute quality leather, which will obviously get softer the more you use them. But yeah, this just the whole package is incredible. So these are available now in the UK. You don't have to go overseas, but if you can't get them in the UK, they're under 135, so you will not get hit by customs or tax. You just have to wait 3 days, 4 days longer. But I would wait weeks for them. So there we have it. Pre-loved blue and the cardboard or the beige. I've got more videos coming. I've still got more of the CP Special drop. Keep your eyes peeled there. I'll be doing a review on another couple of pairs that I've got coming. I've also going to be we're coming towards the end of 2024, so I'll be doing my personal top 5 Special releases over the year. It's been a busy year. I was going to do top 10 Adidas releases in Special and normal Adidas. But I'm going to do my top 5 Special because there's been so many released. And I'm going to do my top 5 Adidas releases. There's been some fantastic. And guess what? They'll be in there. So I'm going to do a couple of videos on that. And more juicy Adidas goodness is coming as well. So keep your eyes peeled. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your likes. All it takes is a second. If you can like my video, I'll always comment back. Maybe not straight away, but I'll find the time and I'll comment back to everybody who makes a comment. Please share your thoughts. Let me know what you think about these. And if you're not sure, don't hesitate. Please get a pair. Any colourway. Any colourway. If you want pink or pre-loved ink or whatever, you will not regret it. Okay, I'm signing off. So until next time, cheerio.